Hello guys, this is a very special episode. Najua you guys are used to Tom and I getting PRADOs in South Africa, but on this one tunaiendea Mombasa because it's a Japan imported PRADO. Leo ni backbencher ndani ya Dash 8 CS class.
Yes.
So we are headed to Mombasa. We are going to pick up a PRADO that we imported for a client. We had to take an evening flight so that kesho tuweze kuwapatia content fiti tukitoka Mombasa with maximum daylight.
Tumeleta J150 ya diesel ishatoka, basically inatungojea. So tunapanda nayo kesho.
So hii sasa tunaletea kutoka Mombasa. You wouldn't drive it from Japan.
Yes. If it was possible, have done it.
So see you in a few as we pick up the car and then go take some rest. Do a Wednesday live because we are shooting this on Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday evening. Tunaingia kuchukua gari kupiga lap. Ni saa ngapi Tom?
Some 9 minutes to 7.
Yeah, it's 9 minutes to 7. Live should be at 8. Yeah, but leo tutahack tu. So acha tuanze hii show muone TX tumeleta. Tomorrow we talk about the grading, the pricing and also vandalism.
Yes.
Because that's a very important topic. Good morning guys. Tom, ni saa ngapi? Ni saa ngapi Mr. Tom?
Some minutes to 5.
It's some minutes to 5. Tuko na Saimo, Tom and the vehicle. So this is the 2019 PRADO TX. Came with some extras. You can see the plastic cladding on the wheel arches. It has a lift kit, pearl white in color, AC layer suspension. This is the TX. Haina the rear, the tailgate mounted spare tire because these are Japanese, so it has only one tank, not two tanks. And we are about to start the trip. Mo anasema team ni masaa ya nani?
Anila baby show.
Sasa acha tupige safari. Good morning. We are now at Voi. We left Mombasa quite early and we didn't get a chance to have breakfast, so we stopped over to get breakfast as well as fuel the car. Funny thing is that this car came with quite a lot of fuel that would get us to Mtito one day, but since we stopped over, so why not fuel it all in all? Well, this is the basic most trim of the Toyota PRADO. It's the TX, but this one is a TX with some aftermarket upgrades. The reason why we went for the TX is because the owner was on a budget and we got this vehicle for all costs involved, including delivery, around 5.7 million Kenya shillings. Irrespective of it being basic, it has some aftermarket accessories. It has some JOS skid plates, a lift kit, and also it has been blacked out. So it really looks nice, irrespective of it being a basic trim of the PRADO. The engine on it, these are TX diesel, so it has the 2.8 liter 1GD FTV, and it sounds really nice courtesy of the aftermarket exhaust. So from here we are going to proceed on to Nairobi, and with me, my passengers today are Tom and Simon, our clearing agent. Tutapiga story about vandalism, pricing, and also why sometimes importation will get you a very good bargain. So stay tuned as we proceed on with this trip. back on the road and it's time to have a discussion. Last time we posted a video on a Honda CR-V that had the ADAS camera stolen, and another vehicle that is very susceptible to this kind of vandalism is the vehicle we are in, the Toyota PRADO J150. Inaibiwa vitu sana, Tom. Hii yetu imekuja ikiwa aje?
Hii yetu imefika ikiwa na kila kitu. The gear knob, the camera iko, what else? They normally also steal this panel hapa ya kupanisha vioo. Imekuja ikiwa intact, hakuna kitu imetolewa.
And now I would like to shift this conversation to Saimo pale nyuma. Saimo, nikuulize, you know, last time we said that when a ship goes through Tanzania, it is likely that a few things are going to be stolen. Na watu wa Tanzania wakaleta shida sana, pia wa Kenya sometimes wakasema zingine zinaibiwa port, gari inaingia CFS bila so many things. So Saimo, hebu tuambie, and there is something you said on yesterday's live show about, you call it transshipment.
Delay of the delays of the vessels.
Hebu sasa tuambie zinaibiwa wapi?
Yes, sasa mostly gari zikipitia Tanzania ama gari ikibadilisha timeline yake na usikie imepitia Tanzania, most things ambazo zinapotea kwenye gari ni kama gear knob, power window na seat covers, zingine zinapotea. Engine kwa engine pia, ile engine cover pia inapotea. So mostly hiyo kitu inatokea wakati meli imepitia Tanzania. Mingi zimekuwa na hizo issues, na gari ambazo zinasafa mingi ni kama PRADO, Harrier, Subaru, CX-5, dash camera zote zinapotea. The time gari umeambiwa imepitia Tanzania, likely mostly big units zinasafa. Upande wa transshipment pia hizo vitu zinatokea. Secondly, kuna kitu ambao watu waelewi, kama hii gari imepitia mikono mingapi, umeinunua, umeiship mpaka ije kufikie. So hizi vitu zikipotea, wengi clients kuelewa ni ngumu. Wana blame sisi kama clearing agent, wanasema tumepoteza ama mimi nimeiba ama nini. So kueleza client kitu kama hii kuelewa most time huwa ni ngumu. Lakini tunashukuru Mungu atusaidia, wengine wanaelewa, wengine hawaelewi. Lakini all in all, hiyo gari akae kijua ni used na imepitia mikono mingi kitambo ikinifikia. Mostly clearing agent gari inamfikia akiwa kwa CFS ama ikiwa port. Lakini port, kuna sheria za port za kufuatilia gari kutoka kwa meli. Mimi kama clearing agent siwezi kashika gari ikiwa kwa mikono ya KPA, kwa sababu pale bado haijanifikia kwa mikono yangu. Ikifika kwa CFS ndio ile gari inakuwa yangu, na mimi nikitoa ile gari kwa mlango ya CFS ndio inakuwa ya client. Ndio tukasema ikifanywa transshipment ama ifanywe delay, mostly zikipitia Tanzania, definitely tutapata hizo issues.
Na sasa it's good that Saimo ameleta hiyo story, Tom, and I also remember kuna watu waliuliza, kwani hatuletangi gari ikiwa na insurance na marine insurance? Hebu explain.
Marine insurance ilipangi utu vitu doto jitu tumeibiwa. Marine insurance in case of an accident, meli imezama nini, but vandalism umeibiwa gear knob nini, hata ukianza kufuatilia itakuwa kazi mingi sana juu ya gear knob. So basically ni to curb this, hizi vitu zinaibiwa unazitoa, una ship zikuwa separately with the documents, na another cover yenye unaweza jinini utafute ship yenye inatoka huko direct mpaka Mombasa. Though hizo utapata ziko na intervals kubwa, it's better gari ichelewe ifike na 60 days lakini ifike ikuwa intact. Kama hii ilitoka Japan ikakuja straight to Mombasa, na unaona hakuna kitu imeibiwa, na tuko tumetoa gear knob na tuko tumetoa the camera, imekuja ikuwa intact. Mpaka hii kitu iko loose hivi bado ijaenda. Something yenye tu iko very easily kutolewa ijaenda. So okay, Watanzania walijitetea sana. Lakini the writing is on the wall. Unaona tu yenye imekuja direct kutoka Japan to Mombasa, hakuna kitu imeibiwa. But zenye zinapitia huko ndio zinaibiwa. So unajiuliza maswali mingi sana.
Okay, thank you so much, Tom, for bringing that up as well. Because sometimes watu huongea from a point of ignorance.
Yeah.
And yes, as Simon has said, Simon, kuna watu wanashukisha gari kutoka kwa meli. Na kwa CX5 what mostly is stolen ni parking sensor module. Here parking sensors wanaiba. Kwa Honda Vezel, Step Wagon, Shuttle, CRV wanaiba ADAS camera na washers pia kwa Subaru. So most of the things that are picked are things that are easily detachable. Sindio? So I think it is good first of all to understand where that was coming from and the channels as well. So to protect your vehicle, number one, make sure that you might sacrifice that time ikuje na meli haifanyiwi transshipment.
Yes.
Zile meli za zita beba shukisha. Panashuka.
Kwa yenye nakuja direct.
Manze chukua meli inakuja direct. But all in all, it is, you know, one thing that Kenyans are not used to, they are not used to being told the honest truth. Because these things happen. So like for us, what we are doing right now is making sure even the vehicles that are coming directly, tunatoa camera, tunatoa gear knob, na sometimes even the tow hook covers tumekuwa tukitoa for some time. Juu hata hiyo zinapotea, and we have them shipped together with the spare keys. Yeah, so at least have that in mind, because there is a lot that goes on that is not very much. Vandalism iko. Na ikiponea huko CFS inakuanga sawa. Kuna mtu ataiba anything in a CFS. Nobody is going to vandalize a vehicle in a CFS. So ikiponea huko TZ, iponee KPA, utakuja uibiwe globe. So it's always good to know these things, so that when you're importing, you know what to expect. But at least we have been able to prevent that by simply having these things removed in Japan and shipped to us by air, even with the other documents like the BLs and the export certificates. So wacha sisi tuendelee na safari tukipiganga story kuhusu hii gari bado. We finally got to Nairobi safe and sound, and the next thing is to give out this car to the car wash guys to clean it because it's very dusty. But before we do that, I would like to take you through a walk around of this vehicle. Remember, I told you this is the TX trim of the J150, meaning it's the basic most trim of the PRADO J150, and it's the entry level. Now, most people assume that TXs are only powered by a petrol engine, but that is incorrect. This TX is powered by the 2.8 liter 1GD FTV engine. And since this is the Japanese spec, it also comes with AdBlue, since it's a Euro 6. So AdBlue is part of the selective catalytic reduction technology, and in addition to that, it also comes with a diesel particulate filter, which is called, in other words, the DPF. So many people do ask to delete the AdBlue and the DPF or not. Well, when it comes to AdBlue, my answer to that would be, unless the vehicle is consuming AdBlue too much, or unless it has a problem with the AdBlue system, I would advise that you do not delete it just yet. If you can top up AdBlue once in a while, then it keeps our environment cleaner. For the DPF, as long as you're driving this car for long enough, then it would regenerate by itself. These are very different PRADO from what we brought from South Africa, because the one we brought from South Africa is a tropicalized version of the J150, which is the VXL. The VXL does not come with AdBlue, it does not come with a DPF, and a lot of that emission technology. The VXL we brought, however, is a Euro 4. This is a Euro 6. And the other thing, the suspension wise, this one comes also with a lift kit. You can notice by how raised it is, and that should be good for the person or the client who will be using it, because anafanya kazi kwa mashamba, so the extra ground clearance is actually really good. The other thing I have to talk about is the suspension. So since this is a TX, down here you don't have air suspension, you only have coil sprung suspension. Yes, so you don't have air suspension on the TX. The other thing, this is a TX, and that means it's a 5-seater. It's not a 7-seater like the VXL. Also, the VXL or the TZG would come with a sunroof. This one does not have a sunroof. It would also come with a cooler box. This one does not have a cooler box. And VXLs, TZGs, Kakados will often have a 7-seater configuration. So this one has a 5-seater configuration. Back to basics. When it comes to the rear of the J150, you'll notice that this one does not have a spare tire mounted on the tailgate. However, for the VXLs and the Kakados, the spare tire will be mounted on the tailgate, and that's because it has two fuel tanks, the primary fuel tank and the auxiliary fuel tank. Now this one has only one, which is the primary, and the spare tire is located under the car. So these are some of the cues that you should know before you get a PRADO. You know, there are so many people who are sold to GXLs and GXLs, TXs, TXLs na wanaambiwa zimebandikwa badge ya Kakadu ama badge ya VXL ama ya VX, but you'll notice the TX and the TXL do not have a multi-terrain select system. If this was a VXL or a Kakadu, it would have with 2 diff locks. This one only has 1 diff lock. So yeah, there are those ways of identifying this vehicle. It would have a cooler box. This one does not have a cooler box. The place where the cooler box would be in a Kakadu, VXL or TZG or some TXLs is in this case a storage compartment. Well, the seats look like they are lined in leather, but this is just a seat cover. The other thing about the TX that you need to know is that the seats are manually adjusted. They are not electrically adjusted, and that is because, I repeat, the TX is the basic most trim of the PRADO J150. So why did we get a basic trim? That's another question that most guys would like an answer to. The reason why we got the TX, the basic most, the entry-level PRADO, was because of the client's budget, because the total landing cost of this vehicle was 5.7 million Kenya shillings, which is quite a bargain for PRADO J150, especially now wakati wa campaign when PRADOs are in high demand. And that also brings forward the question, which is the best PRADO for the campaign? I would say the basic most TXL. Sana TXL loco, because the suspension is very simple. You don't have to worry about air suspension and KDSS maneno zikiharibika huko chini. Yeah, so it's pretty simple, basic, but at least when you drive it, nobody is going to know. Well, very few people are going to know that this is the entry level PRADO J150. But for 5.7 million Kenya shillings, it's actually quite a good bargain. I have to say, I'm impressed by even how it drives, because the torque and the horsepower from the 1GT, it's quite powerful. By the way, it makes overtaking very easy, and that's one beautiful thing about a diesel PRADO. You get good fuel economy, plus also you get power. If you were to buy a petrol TX, I would highly discourage, because yes, they are reliable, they are pretty straightforward to maintain, but they have very bad fuel consumption. That 2TR is very lazy and it still has bad fuel consumption. For 5.7 million, this was quite a good buy. So that's it for this episode. Next, the client is going to give us a review, and I hope we are going to have more of this kind of episode. I hope you enjoy the banter with the boys, the stories about the vandalism that happens on these PRADOs, and last but not least, if you would like a PRADO delivered to you from Japan or South Africa, you can reach out to us. Our number is 0710-844-863. Na pia remember, we offer services such as consultation, pre-purchase inspection, na also direct importation na local sourcing pia. So karibuni sana, and we are going to have some more episodes of us delivering these vehicles to you. So over and out. See you next week, guys.